that willpower sometimes is not enough. Like a lot of times, that's why 95% of the things that we think, 1st of January, I'll start this. By 7th of January, most of us have just forgotten because that's the willpower.
अगर हम लोग क्वांटम फिजिक्स के हिसाब से देखें, मुझे अभी थोड़ी क्यूरियोसिटी होती है थोड़ी जानने के बारे में, तो आई जस्ट नो कि हमारे थॉट्स और फीलिंग्स लाइक इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स की तरह काम करते हैं, एंड दे जस्ट अट्रैक्ट. हम जो भी सोचते हैं वही चीज हमें अट्रैक्ट करके वापस मिलती है. तो इट्स ना, इफ यू think you can, and if you think you can't, then you can't.
Absolutely, I totally agree with this statement. Pregnancy was challenging. I was on bed, and I was not allowed to move. So I was lying like this with my head and down. There was a hospital bed that we had to take, and at 18 weeks, I was told that I was only had 1% chance of carrying the pregnancy through.
3 गोल्ड मेडल, मतलब इतना सारा डेडिकेशन आपने दिखाया, एंड यू आर सेइंग, आप तो देख के ही बता देते हो कि क्या स्किन प्रॉब्लम होगी, इतना एक्सपीरियंस हो गया. तो आई वुड लाइक टू नो कि व्हाट इंस्पायर्ड यू टू लर्न आरटीटी आफ्टर बीइंग सच एन ऑसम डर्मेट. आपको क्या फील हुआ कि आपको आरटीटी सीखना है?
That's a very good question, Anita.
भी आपको पहले से पता था कि सबकॉन्शियस माइंड से भी स्किन रिलेटेड हो सकता है? बिकॉज मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है स्किन और सबकॉन्शियस माइंड का क्या लेना देना. एंड इज इट दैट आरटीटी के पास सारे स्किन डिजीज के प्रॉब्लम्स का सॉल्यूशन है?
How our environment actually brings about the changes. So even if we have certain genetic problems, like genetically वो है, but अगर environment conducive है तो बाहर genetic defect आएगा नहीं. Like you will not have that problem. Okay, you may have that gene for it, but if the surrounding is fine, you will not experience that issue.
Okay, अगर आपने गोल्स भी लिख भी लिए ना, पर आपने एक्शन नहीं लिया, तो वो ही पेन रहेगा आपको. सी, वी कैन हैव बोथ द पेन्स, वो काम करने का पेन या तो फिर वो स्टक रहने का पेन. वी हैव टू चूज व्हिच वन वी वांट.
I actually feel like I've been blessed with a very good life. Somehow I probably am a very I think my normal mode is only optimistic. Like I try to find good in everything. One sentence I feel everybody should know is I am good enough as I am. And I think that's the reason why you are such a good interviewer. Like you love doing this. No wonder.
इट इज एन इंस्पायर्ड एक्शन. मुझे भी पता नहीं था कि मैं ऐसा कुछ कर सकती हूँ. आई फील कि नॉट ओनली किड्स, शायद हमें हमारे साथ भी हम क्या बात कर रहे हैं वो भी बहुत माइंडफुल रहना चाहिए, राइट?
This book itself talks about RTT in a way that people understand, and then whatever doubt they have, before the session only everything gets cleared.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have another fabulous guest, Dr. Ashwini Modi. She is a 3 times gold medalist dermat. She is an RTT practitioner, and also she is a mom of a cute little daughter of 5 years old. She is dermat for her profession, but वो उनके looks में, उनकी beauty में आपको नजर आएगा, and her smile is like an added advantage to that beauty. So let's welcome Dr. Ashwini Modi. She is, by the way, beauty with brains, 3 gold medal, RTT practitioner, not normal लोग नहीं कर सकते. So welcome Dr. Ashwini.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you for this wonderful introduction. Okay. Thank you so much. मैंने इतना सब सोचा नहीं था अपने बारे में कभी जितना आपने बोल दिया. Thank you so much, and I'm really glad that you called me for this interview. It is a pleasure.
Thank you. It's my privilege that you have taken out time from your busy schedule. आपके पेशेंट्स की लाइन, उन सबको आपने पोस्टपोन करके मेरे लिए स्पेशली इस इंटरव्यू के लिए, मेरे ऑडियंस के लिए टाइम निकाला. आई एम रियली ग्रेटफुल टू यू. Can you please like share us a bit about your journey कि कैसी थी वो, how you entered into this field?
Okay, so basically I feel like I have been very lucky. I've been very lucky to have the best of the parents. Then also another set of parents in as my in-laws. So like I have been lucky, and I have basically done my MBBS, and after that, I joined post-graduation in Sion Hospital, which is one of the best hospitals I feel for learning. And I was lucky, and I'm really grateful that I actually got to learn from the best. We used to have almost like a 200 patient, 250 patient OPD. So we saw all types of patients. Like now we have to just see, and I can say what the problem is, because that many patients we have seen. So for 3 years I was there from 2008 to 2011. I did my post-graduation in dermatology. There I actually participated in a lot of conferences, and I was invited for talks because of I think of my mentor. Uh, so lucky that way, yes. And after that, I joined Kaya. I was there for 5 years. I learned a lot from there. I also learned a lot from other very good mentors. And now I have a private clinic in Malad.
Okay, so see, I see that you are so much like dedicated. 3 gold medal, मतलब इतना सारा dedication आपने दिखाया. And you are saying आप तो देख के ही बता देते हो कि क्या स्किन प्रॉब्लम होगी, इतना एक्सपीरियंस हो गया. तो I would like to know कि what inspired you to learn RTT after being such an awesome dermat. आपको क्या फील हुआ कि आपको RTT सीखना है?
That's a very good question, Anita. With the meditation, I somehow realized that my purpose here is to heal people, okay, heal people completely. And that is when I started looking for other things, wherein I came across rapid transformational therapy, which tries to go to the root cause of the problem, because I believe everything has an emotional root cause. Because see, I've been seeing patients for a long time, and the thing is, most of the skin diseases are chronic. Okay, so I can very well know what it is. Okay, I can see and tell, okay, this person has psoriasis, this person has atopic dermatitis, but what next? I know that I have to keep them on medications probably for their life. Okay, and this is what was not acceptable to me. I felt like I have to do something more. I cannot just give them a diagnosis and tell them that there's no cure. Okay, that was what was hurting me all the time. And so as a dermat, but because I was really busy, I was actually working almost 10 to 12 hours a day. I didn't get time to ever think upon this, but this was always at the back of my mind, that what am I doing? Like, despite knowing so much, learning so much, having so much knowledge, I was not able to offer them a cure. Okay, so I could give them medicines, they would feel better, but then what next? I couldn't stop them from taking the medications. Okay, so during COVID, okay, I got some time because the clinics were shut, and we had to do some just online consultation, so I had a lot of time. And I was not somebody who ever had so much time, because from that moment I joined MBBS, it was always busy. And then I read this quote somewhere, which I've also mentioned in my book, that the world has slowed down because you need to rediscover yourself. And I actually thought that that was meant for me. I did a lot of meditation, and in the meditation, I somehow realized that my purpose here is to heal people, okay, heal people completely. And that is when I started looking for other things, wherein I came across rapid transformational therapy, which tries to go to the root cause of the problem, because I believe everything has an emotional root cause. Okay, as Louise Hay, you must be knowing, the author of the famous book You Can Heal Yourself, she believes that every single disease has an emotional root cause. And if we are able to get to that root cause, right, we have some chance of healing there. Okay, because that is what my purpose is, I feel, and that is how I got into RTT, and I've been doing it for the past 2 to 3 years, and I'm really grateful that I'm able to do that to my patients.
Yeah, so you were having this मतलब ये आपको पहले से पता था कि सबकॉन्शियस माइंड से भी स्किन रिलेटेड हो सकता है? बिकॉज मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है स्किन और सबकॉन्शियस माइंड का क्या लेना देना.
Right. So you will not believe, like we have learned in as a medical student, that there are these 3 layers which are formed as we are like in the embryo. Okay, the embryo has 3 layers. There is an endoderm, there is a mesoderm, and there is an ectoderm. And all three layers form different organs. Okay. The endoderm forms all our organs. The mesoderm, it forms our muscles and connective tissue. And the ectoderm, okay, that is the third layer, which forms only two organs. One is the skin and second is the brain or the nervous system. So they are related to each other right from the embryonic stage, like right from the conception. So which is why, you know, when we are happy, we blush immediately, right? When there's something scary, there are goosebumps. Okay. So our skin reacts to our thoughts, our mind very fast because they are related from there. I had known this fact for a very long time, but I never related this until I did RTT. So, which is why I'm really fascinated by how our mind, our thoughts, our beliefs come out as diseases. Okay. And this I've seen when I do RTT, how and why they are there. So it's really fascinating. And I love what I'm able to do right now. So
Yeah,
that's the
yes.
connection.
एज यू मेंशन कि कुछ डिजीज का कोई क्योर नहीं है एलोपैथी के पास, तो यू आर लाइक ऑलवेज इंक्लाइंड कि हाउ कैन यू हेल्प योर पेशेंट। लाइक मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं डॉक्टर्स के डीप डाउन कोर में तो यही रहता है कि जो भी मेरे पास
Absolutely.
आए वो ना हील होकर जाए पहले से,
Absolutely. I
चाहे वो
agree.
एलोपैथी से हील हो चाहे वो जिस भी तरीके से हील हो, राइट।
So true. That's so true. And I'm so glad that as a general person, non-doctor person, you realize that we doctors really strive ki we want to give our best. We want the patient to heal because if they have come to us, I feel like it's my responsibility now. And the moment they walk into my OPD, I feel like from now I am responsible for that person. I don't know. I just take that responsibility. And this RTD has given me a very good tool. See, I don't do it for everybody because it's a long process. Okay. It takes time and there is an investment attached to it. So I don't do it for everybody. I don't even tell it to anybody. But there are patients no, who are taking treatment for a very long time and they're still recurring. Okay, they have taken all the treatment, but wo kuch ho hi nahi raha hai. Okay. So that is when I introduce this concept. I give them my book, they read it. And once they read the book, they understand. They themselves tell me, okay, doctor, I realize that it's there because of some of these thoughts that I have. And please, can you help me? And that is when I do that.
Awesome. I have also read your book Under the Skin Deep, and the moment I started reading, मतलब I am actually an audiobook person, but frankly speaking, मुझे लग रहा था एक टास्क दे दिया है मुझे लाइक पढ़ने के लिए, तो आई ठीक है करूंगी बिकॉज दिस इज माई पैशन, पैशन के लिए कुछ भी कर सकती हूँ, तो आई रीड, आई गो थ्रू दिस। And the moment I saw Marisa Peer in your book, I was so hooked कि अच्छा देखते क्या लिखा है इसके बारे में, because somewhere I knew कि Marisa Peer is into RTT and subconscious mind wisdom. And the moment I started reading, I was so hooked because you have mentioned this real life stories from your from your patients, and how the skin has reacted, how its connection with the subconscious brain, some programming somewhere in the past in the subconscious brain
Yes.
is showing the disease. And I was like, oh my god, इतना बड़ा relation skin के साथ मैं कभी imagine भी नहीं कर सकती थी। And you also mentioned that you, before taking that RTT yourself, you first experimented it on yourself, and when you found the result फिर ही आप गए, तो that shows your like immense dedication कि नहीं पहले मुझे try and tested करना है, मेरे ऊपर वर्क किया तो मैं दूसरों को सिखाऊंगी, right?
Yes, and that credit actually goes to my husband because he's a very analytical person. I go by flow. Okay, मुझे ऐसे मन किया तो I'll do it. But he's like, नहीं नहीं. What if you don't like it? You give so much time, energy, money, everything, and then you realize, no, I'm not enjoying it, or I can't relate to it. What then? Okay. He said that better to get one session done on yourself. At least you should know what you're getting into. I said, okay, that's more investment again. Already the course is little expensive. And then if I do a session, it will be more. She's like, I'll pay for it, you do it. So that credit goes to him. And that is why I got a session done and I saw the miraculous results. And I was like, okay, the next day I enrolled.
Can you share that incident कि क्या results आपको मिले, क्या था वो आपके ऊपर procedure जो किया गया?
Yes. So basically, I did this RTT session and there was a very sweet RTT therapist. She was in UK. She's an Indian, but she stays in the UK. So she was also just learning and starting her practice. I got in contact with her and I told her that, see, I want to do RTT, but I want to do one session. She said, what is the problem? I said, I don't have any problem. So then I was thinking what to do. And then I realized I have this problem of, I had this issue of nail biting, okay, right from ever. I don't even remember when when was the time I've ever used a nail cutter on my nails, okay. So that bad it was. And I was like, okay, let's work on this because RTT is known to help with habits even in one session. I did the session and can I share what happened?
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So initially I was a little skeptical because RTT uses hypnotherapy. Okay. So I had witnessed hypnotherapy as a child and I had gone to a camp and there was this session and it was absolutely fascinating because I saw people like my friends behaving crazily like monkeys or like they were given onions, they were eating that. And I was like, oh God, that's crazy. I don't want to do anything like that. Like, I don't want to do whatever she says or what if she just uh, asks me to do anything. I was a little scared because I had witnessed that stage hypnotherapy. But then she made me realize that it's not like that. Okay, you cannot be hypnotized if you don't want to. And it is nothing like that. You actually just feel like you're relaxing. And this RTT, we use a very, very superficial kind of a hypnotherapy. It's not a very deep one because we have to converse with each other. Okay, you have to answer the questions and you have to be there. In fact, it actually makes you more aware than anything else. So then I went ahead with the session and it was absolutely as she said. Like, I only felt like I've closed my eyes and I'm in meditation. Okay. I actually went back. So initially it was difficult for me to visualize. I could to see scenes, but she very tactfully took me through it. And then I saw a scene as a 3-year-old. Okay. I was only 3 and I was entering school for the first time. I was little nervous, but I was always like this good, perfect child. Okay, for so I didn't want to look embarrass my parents by crying and all. So I just went inside like no, there was nothing, and it was all fine. And I was really young. I was actually put in school a little early, so I was only 3 when I was in junior KG. So I just went in, and everyone else was crying, so I didn't know what to do. And that is when I saw myself biting my nails for the first time, and it gave me some relief. And that is when I realized that that is where it all started. It was at the first day of my school, preschool, like at 3 years of age. Then she made me realize that I'm not that 3-year-old anymore who didn't have a voice or it couldn't speak up or it couldn't show her emotions. Okay. My subconscious was stuck there. I was not there, but the subconscious was still there. And when she reframed it and then gave me a recording and I listened to it. But even before the recording, I didn't feel the need to bite my nails after that. So that was magical. And I wanted to do that for my patients. So
See, I would like to देखो अब हम जब बड़े होते तो एटलीस्ट नेल बाइटिंग बीइंग अ डॉक्टर यू मस्ट बी नोइंग नेल बाइटिंग के डिसएडवांटेजेस क्या होते हैं राइट सो व्हेन यू न्यू कि यार नेल बाइटिंग इज नॉट गुड फॉर मी तो फिर भी व्हाट वाज इट कि आप कॉन्शियस माइंड से उसको नहीं क्योर कर पाए एंड हिप्नोथेरेपी हेल्प यू मींस आरटीटी हेल्प यू
yes, that's again a very good question because our subconscious mind so we have to know what is subconscious and conscious. Our conscious mind basically rules 5% of our life, whereas 95% of our behavior, our beliefs and everything is in our subconscious. Okay. And our subconscious is very powerful. To give an example, our subconscious can process almost 2 crore stimuli per second. It can absorb those men. And how much our conscious can do? It can only do 40 stimuli per second. So what are the stimuli? Like, I'm consciously talking to you. I can talk with you. I can see the light. I can hear the AC. I can do this. These are the 40 things that my consciously I can do. But the subconscious is doing almost like multiple times of that. Okay. Without me realizing I'm talking to you. Okay. My heart is beating. My lungs are working. Everything the subconscious is doing. I'm not taking any conscious efforts. That is how strong the subconscious is. Okay. It is doing my healing. It is doing everything inside. And there are certain thoughts also going on. There are certain, now whatever I'm speaking to is also coming from my subconscious, right? Like this is there stored inside. Okay. So, there are certain rules of the mind. if we know that no, then we realize why sometimes conscious efforts are not enough. Okay. And one of the rule is that the more the effort, the less the response. Okay. If अगर आप सोचो मैं आपको नींद नहीं आ रही होगा, आप सोचो मुझे नींद क्यों नहीं आ रही, मुझे नींद आनी चाहिए, मुझे नींद क्यों नहीं आ रही, मुझे नींद आनी चाहिए. अगर हम ये सोचते बैठे ना कि नींद आनी चाहिए, तो नींद आएगी ही नहीं, because there's just too much effort that you are putting into it. Okay. The more the effort subconsciously, the less is the response. Okay. Also, because it is so strong, and that belief inside me was so strong that I'm not safe. And when was I biting the nails? When I was under stress. So that was my response to stress. So that was a subconscious response, which when used to happen, my conscious was doing something else. So it couldn't really help me with not biting my nails at that time. So which is why sometimes, even if, so that is why it's said that willpower sometimes is not enough. Like a lot of times, that's why 95% of the things that we think, now 1st of January, I'll start this. By 7th of January, most of us have just forgotten, because that's the willpower. Our beliefs, our thoughts, our patterns just take us back again. Okay. Because they are all in our subconscious. So when we work on those, and when we make them our friends, like when we make our subconscious our friend, right? And that is what we do with RTT. We make it our friend. And that is how we can change behaviors very fast.
Okay, so you are saying कि subconscious क्योंकि इतना ज़्यादा overpowering होता है, that's why even consciously if you have tried that मुझे nail नहीं bite करने, जब मुझे anxiety something हो, you were not like, वो दिमाग तक पहुंचते ही नहीं थे वो instructions, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's true with any habit, right? Like कोई भी bad habit हो, why people are not able to overcome it? Consciously they know that drinking alcohol is not good, smoking is not good, but they're not able to leave it. Like 100 times they'll try, then again they'll start, because there are patterns, their beliefs which are attached to that habit and needs to be changed.
Right.
So that's the reason why the subconscious overpowers us.
Great, great, great. And like, see, what inspired you to write your book Under the Skin Deep? क्योंकि सी आप तो प्रैक्टिस भी कर रहे थे, आप तो रिजल्ट्स भी आ रहे थे, और बुक लिखने के लिए तो स्पेशल एफर्ट्स भी लगे होंगे, उसे सीखना भी पड़ा होगा लिखते कैसे है क्या है. तो व्हाट इंस्पायर्ड यू कि नहीं मुझे ये बुक लिखनी चाहिए?
See, I believe that when I actually wrote the book for clarity for myself. Okay, because when you write a book, no, you yourself get a lot more clarity. So I thought, let me start writing a book. And अगर बन गई book तो बहुत अच्छा, नहीं बनी तो at least मुझे clarity तो मिल जाएगी. I'll have some clarity, right? So I started writing it, and luckily I actually did it in less time. I had actually joined a program also, which helped me to write a book. So that, because they had a deadline, so I had to do it. So I feel deadlines do help. So that's the reason I was able to do it. And now the book actually is helping me so much, because I don't have to say anything. I just have to give them my book. They read, they understand, my patients understand everything. And they're like, they themselves come to me. Like, I don't have to tell what RTT is, how the session will go, because I've mentioned everything in that. I've mentioned my patients' results also. So this book itself talks about RTT in a way that people understand. And then whatever doubt they have, no, before the session only, everything gets cleared. So for me, it has become a boon that I don't really have to advertise myself. People are reading the book and they're calling me. Can I want to do RTT? Can you help me? Like, I've had international clients who are like from Australia, from anywhere. Like, they are coming because they read the book. And I feel if you want to achieve something somewhere, first write a book. Because you yourself will get clarity, and then it's an advertisement for you, and it helps because people understand what you're doing.
Would you like to share any one of the incidents written in the book? Because I think मेरे ऑडियंस को भी पता चलना चाहिए कि वो एक्चुअली कैसे हेल्प करता है.
Okay, so I'll give you incidents of a little boy who actually was not able to help much because of his age. He was only 7 years old. He had a very, very severe case of atopic dermatitis. Okay. Atopic dermatitis is a condition which is common in kids, and their skin scales, like there is scaling, they scratch, they itch so much that they cannot control the itching. and he was scratching himself to bleeding. Like he was actually bleeding in front of me. He was scratching himself so much. His skin was all over the place. His parents had got me because he was not getting well, and he was actually under treatment of from one of the best pediatric dermatologists. Okay, and he was on one of the best medicines for that. Even then, he was not responding to treatment, and that was a COVID time basically, and almost the end of COVID. So I said, doing a session with him was not possible because of his age, and he was not able to sit also in one place. So I thought at least I'll speak with him. So his parents were like, okay, doctor, speak with him, do something. And I started speaking with him, but he was not responding much. Okay. But one question that I asked to him, right? And I just got a lightning fast response from him. And that showed me that how smart he is. I just asked him, see, the atopic dermatitis is really making it challenging for you. Okay. It is causing so many problems. You're not able to play with your friends. You're not able to go to school, that you're not able to concentrate. But is there something that it is doing good for you? Is it beneficial to you in any way? And he just replied, doctor, there's only one good thing that is happening with this. I'm like, what? And he said, doctor, because I have atopic, no, I'll never get COVID. And I was stunned. I'm like, what is this correlation? And he was like, doctor, my dad said that because your immune response is so high, your immune cells are working so much, that the disease COVID will not come to you because your immunity is very high because of the atopic. And that is the only good thing that is happening. Then I look at his father. His father was equally stunned, and he was like, oh God. Then he said that actually this boy was very, very scared during COVID. He was so scared that he wouldn't even talk to anybody, he wouldn't move out of the room, because he was really bothered by it, that mujhe COVID ho gaya to. Then to actually make him feel better, his dad told him that, see, you will never get COVID because you have atopic. Your immune cells are hyper, like they are working too much. So in atopic, it's basically an autoimmune kind of a condition. Their immunity is working too much. So then that is what his brain took. And then I asked his dad, did his atopic worsen during COVID after that? So then he's like, yes, now I realize that he is being he had atopic before that, but it was very mild. But after that, it had become like the worst. And जैसे COVID progress हो रहा था, वो और worse हो रहा था. So that is when I realized that such small things can just get fixed in your subconscious, and then his body didn't want to let the atopic go off, right? Because वो गया तो COVID हो जाएगा. That was his thing. I made him a recording. He listened to it. So that is how he got better. But we have to think, क्या mind में जा सकता है, बोल भी नहीं सकते. What? And kids के around, so you have to be very careful, because kids are below the age of 6 or 7. No, they are actually their subconscious is totally active. Everything goes directly in the subconscious. Okay, so whatever, they are like sponges, they'll take in everything. So it's very important what we say in front of our kids. And that is what I learned from this incidents.
I feel कि not only kids, शायद हमारे साथ भी हम क्या बात कर रहे हैं वो भी बहुत mindful रहना चाहिए, right?
Absolutely, because our subconscious is always listening. It doesn't sleep. It is always eavesdropping on our thoughts. Okay, it is always listening, and which is why our thoughts are very important, and what we think about, we actually bring about. So we have to also be careful.
Yeah, like जैसे पहले के जमाने में like I have heard from, पता नहीं मुझे किससे एग्जैक्टली सुना वो तो नहीं पता, लेकिन मैंने बहुत बार सुना है कि लाइक 24 घंटे में ना कोई तो एक सेंटेंस जो हम बोलते हैं वो सच हो जाता है. सो बी वेरी माइंडफुल कि आप कुछ नेगेटिव नहीं बोल रहे. दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई हैव हर्ड, एंड मैं कहीं ना कहीं वो मेरे पास भी है कि नहीं, नेगेटिव नहीं बोलना चाहिए, वो सच भी हो सकता है, इसलिए बी केयरफुल.
Absolutely, yes. And because I think the elders knew that these things happen. Okay, they probably didn't know the subconscious is causing it, but they thought maybe God will make it happen. जैसे बोलते हैं ना, कभी कुछ बोलो मत, गॉड ने तथास्तु कब बोल दिया पता नहीं, तो कुछ गलत मत बोलो, जो चाहिए वो अच्छा बोलो. So if you don't want something, don't say that you don't want, say what you want.
Yeah.
So वैसा.
एंड एज पर इवन अगर हम लोग क्वांटम फिजिक्स के हिसाब से देखें, लाइक आई एम लाइक मुझे अभी थोड़ी क्यूरियोसिटी होती है थोड़ी जानने के बारे में, तो आई जस्ट नो कि हमारे थॉट्स और फीलिंग्स लाइक इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स की तरह काम करते हैं, एंड दे जस्ट अट्रैक्ट हम जो भी सोचते हैं वही चीज हमें अट्रैक्ट करके वापस मिलती है. तो इट्स ना, इफ यू think you can, and if you think you can't, तो you can't.
Absolutely. I totally agree with this statement. And this statement has also actually helped me a lot. What you said now. If you think you can, you actually can. And opposite is this is true as well. So very correct.
And is it that RTT के बस सारे स्किन डिजीज के प्रॉब्लम्स का सॉल्यूशन है?
See, कैसा है ना, there are lot of factors which affect our health. Okay, so there is genetics which affect 5% of the diseases. पहले हम लोग इसको बहुत ज्यादा मायने देते थे. Like we used to think कि genetics is the main thing, but now we realize that epigenetics is what matters. Like the environment around us, which is called as epigenetics, is what matters. And if somebody wants to know about it, there is a very good book by Dr. Bruce Lipton called as The Biology of Belief. It actually changed my thinking. And he has written on a lot about epigenetics, how our environment actually brings about the changes. So even if we have certain genetic problems, like genetically वो है, but अगर environment conducive है तो बाहर genetic defect आएगा नहीं. Like you will not have that problem. Okay, you may have that gene for it, but if the surrounding is fine, you will not experience that issue. Okay, so it's काफी detail में है उसमें, so anybody who's interested can read about it. But I feel, as Louise Hay says, that every disease has an emotional root cause. So with RTT, we can actually get to the root cause of all diseases. Okay, and we actually can get at the root cause, and if we can reframe, then there is a chance that we can heal most patients. Now the other thing is there is something called as a secondary gain. Okay, like if the secondary gain is very high, then the subconscious doesn't want to leave it. So if the disease is actually giving you something, it is giving you a lot of attention, it is protecting you from somebody, then the mind doesn't want to leave it. Okay, or if the root cause why this disease happened in your life is still around you, okay, that is when again the mind doesn't want to leave, because the only job of our subconscious is to keep us safe and to keep us alive. ओके, एंड अगर उसको लगता है कि यहाँ पे सेफ नहीं है, अगर ये डिसीज निकल जाएगा तो ये प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, जैसे कोविड का मैं उसने बोला, उसको लगा कि कोविड हो जाएगा, तो वो फिर नहीं जाता है जब तक वो प्रॉब्लम हम नहीं निकाल सकते. सो यस, सी एज एनी हीलिंग मोडालिटी, it requires a lot of efforts from all sides, and the person also has to have that faith, and it works very well. But then nobody can say get 100% सब कुछ सबका निकल जाएगा, but we can at least strive for it. Okay, there is no negative effect to it. You will at least get your
Side
answers.
effects नहीं है.
Yes, you will get your answers. You will have a lot of other changes that will happen. It will make you more confident, and it will give you a lot of other things.
And like you said that you were an introvert. You were like a scared. तो आपको कैसे हेल्प किया ये RTT ने?
Okay, so मैं जैसे आपसे बात कर रही हूँ ना इतना, I would, in the first place, I would never have even said yes for an interview if I was the previous Ashwini, because I was scared of the video, the cameras, or even speaking on stage. Okay, and that was because there was an incident that happened in school where I had completely frozen on stage. Like nothing came out of my mouth. I was just standing like a pillar there. And it was an elocution competition, imagine. And then that was the time then I felt so embarrassed that I decided this stage is not a safe place for me. I cannot be in front of public or audience. And from that day, without a PowerPoint presentation or without some script, no, I had never, like I had to have something in my hand or at least a PPT. नहीं तो मुझे मेरा माइंड में बिलीफ हो गया था कि मैं भूल जाऊंगी, मेरा माइंड ब्लैंक हो जाएगा. दैट वाज अ वेरी फर्म बिलीफ, एंड आरटीटी हेल्प देयर आल्सो, बिकॉज luckily, because when we do the course, which is of a year, we have to get RTT sessions done on ourselves, which was a boon, because then मैंने सारे मेरे एक problems उसमें निकाल दिए. So I got rid of the stage fear, all of this with this. And we do RTT for confidence, and even it helped me with weight. Okay, there was a reason why I always used to be on a yo-yo thing, like gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. So there was a subconscious reason for that. So RTT actually can help with everything. And luckily, I got to get these sessions done on myself as a part of the training itself, because we are also supposed to do these to others and then they'll do the session on us as practice. So that is how it helped me, and I'm able to talk to you. I would have been the last person to raise my hand, like anywhere to speak. See, I was very good at writing, so I always was good in theory and all, practical also, because it was one-to-one, so that was not an issue. But speaking in front of a crowd, not me.
आई कैन फील यू जब आपने बोला कि लाइक यू गॉट फ्रोज. मेरे साथ हुआ था. आई वॉज लाइक फुल्ली ब्लैंक, बट आई डोंट नो, देयर वाज समथिंग इनसाइड मी. मुझे किसी और के जैसा ना परफॉर्म करना था. आई फॉरगॉट एवरीथिंग. जो भी मैंने उसमें लिखा था ना, स्क्रिप्ट, मेरा भी एलोकेशन में ही पार्ट लिया था. मैंने उसमें जो लिखा था ना, वो तो मैं सब भूल गई थी. लेकिन गुड थिंग वाज वो मैंने खुद ने लिखा था. सो आई न्यू कि मेरा कंटेंट क्या है. उसका सीक्वेंस सब भूल गई हूँ, लेकिन कंटेंट क्या है वो पता था. एंड मैं बस ना, मुझे डिलीवर करना था वो मुझे पता था कि मैं फ्रीज हो गई हूँ बाहर में. लोगों को जो मेरे बारे में ओपिनियन बनाना है बनाने दो. आई एम गोइंग टू स्पीक. मेरे को जो पता है मैं वो बोल के आऊंगी. मुझे ना ऐसे साइलेंट नहीं खड़े रहना है. तो वो, और वो कहीं तो सुना था कि अगर आपको डर लग रहा है तो थोड़ा डीप ब्रीदिंग कर लो. 2-3 डीप ब्रेथ्स लिए एंड आई स्टार्टेड. एंड जब मेरा स्पीच खत्म हुआ ना, तो लिटरली पीपल वर क्लैपिंग फॉर मी.
Wow.
एंड दैट लाइक दैट, आपका तो वहां पे कॉन्फिडेंस डाउन हुआ, वहां पे मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ गया. बिकॉज पहले तो वो स्कूल के वो बोर्ड पे आते थे रिजल्ट्स, राइट? तो दैट टाइम आई गॉट फर्स्ट एंड आई पार्टिसिपेटेड फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम. लुकिंग एट समवन, आई गॉट इंस्पायर्ड फ्रॉम समवन कि वो जैसा बोल रही है ना, वैसा मुझे बोलना है. एंड आई फील कि वो जो इंसिडेंसेस होते हैं वो हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ा भी सकता है. और
Absolutely.
वी आर एग्जाम्पल, एक इधर मतलब
गया
इंट्रोवर्ट
down
बन
और
गया, और एक यहाँ पे तभी से लाइक एक्सट्रोवर्ट बन गया कि नहीं भैया, कहाँ बोलना है, कब बोलना है, बस बता दो, मैं आ जाऊंगी.
So true. It works in both ways. Huh? It works in a negative way and it can give you the most confidence also if you overcome it at that time. And I think that's the reason why you are such a good interviewer. Like you love doing this. No wonder.
हाँ, इट इज एन इंस्पायर्ड एक्शन. मुझे भी पता नहीं था कि मैं ऐसा कुछ कर सकती हूँ. अश्विनी, लाइक थोड़े से हमें टिप्स दो ना कि लाइक हाउ वी कैन टेक केयर ऑफ आवर स्किन. आपकी स्किन तो इतनी अच्छी है.
Thank you so much. See, basically, I believe that skincare is not only what you put on your skin, but it is also what you consume in the form of food or in the form of even thoughts. Okay. So for this, I have actually made an acronym called as ACT. It's called as apply, consume, and thoughts. Okay. These three things, if we take care of, I'm sure our skin will be the best. So what is in apply? Apply good products. Okay. If you have any doubt, visit your dermatologist or take advice as to the three things that I feel are a must is a good cleanser, good face wash, a good moisturizer. Okay. If you have oily skin, use a water-based moisturizer. If you have dry skin, use a oil-based moisturizer, and then a good sunscreen, at least 30 to 50 SPF sunscreen. If you use these three now, I feel most of your things are sorted. Nowadays, there is a lot of like advertising about serums and whatnot, but I feel that's sometimes very excessive. Okay, you might do more harm than good to your skin because most skins don't need so much. Okay, so start with just the basic. Apply में आप क्या करो? Good, use a good face wash, moisturize and use a sunscreen even at home. Okay, तो वो apply में हो गया. अगर एंटी एजिंग करना है तो यू कैन यूज अ रेटिनॉल बेस्ड सीरम. सो बहुत सारा उसमें आता है, बट ऑलवेज आई थिंक टेक एन ओपिनियन. हमेशा एक दिखाया वो अच्छा है. देन कंज्यूम. ओके, कंज्यूम में देयर आर थिंग्स दैट वी शुड अवॉइड. वन इज शुगर. ओके, शुगर अगर आप अपने को ज्यादा एजिंग नहीं हो देखना है ना, एजेड नहीं दिखना है, तो शुगर कम करना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज यू नो व्हाट शुगर डज, इट एक्चुअली बाइंड्स टू आवर कोलाजन. कोलाजन इज द थिंग दैट मेक्स आवर स्किन. ओके, एंड वो क्या करता है, कोलाजन को जाके चिपक जाता है एज विद अ प्रोसेस कॉल्ड एज ग्लाइकेशन. और एग्जांपल, अगर हम समझो चिक्की बना रहे हैं घर पे, हम क्या करते हैं, शुगर डालते हैं और उसको गर्म करते हैं. So when sugar goes in the body, there is heat that gets produced. And क्या होता है, चिक्की जब ठंडा होता है तो क्या होता है, कड़क बनता है, it breaks, it brittle हो जाता है ना. वैसे ही वो कोलाजन को लग के it gets brittle and our collagen actually breaks. And collagen break हुआ तो क्या होगा, it will basically cause aging, sagging of the skin, wrinkling and all of that. So in consume, avoid sugar, avoid processed food. Processed food are not good for our skin and our health both. Okay, so anything that comes out of a packet, even dairy has to be kept to the minimum. I feel dahi kha lo, but dairy products have too many hormones and it's very inflammatory, and most skin conditions are inflammations. Okay, so what I tell my patients is have an anti-inflammatory diet. If you look into anti-inflammatory diet na, you will understand what it is. Agar aap daloge YouTube mein bhi hai kuch to, so any food that comes in an anti-inflammatory diet, you can have. So that will help. And thoughts, I think this is the most important. So you can have the best of the food. You can apply the best of the products. But if your thoughts are not good, no, that will affect what appears on our skin, or at least how we appear to ourselves in it. Okay. So अगर हम कुछ स्किन पे आ सकता है, या तो फिर स्किन अच्छी भी हो तो भी हमको खुद अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. Okay, you will not feel beautiful. So there are so many people who are gorgeous, but they don't feel beautiful. They keep on coming, मुझे ये करवाना है, वो करा दो, इधर अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, उधर अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. I'm like, you're beautiful. Why you want to do so many things? But they are not feeling good because of the thoughts. So, and there are some people who are not very conventionally beautiful. They are very happy. They are like, I'm happy the way I am. Okay. I like myself. Okay. Because those are their thoughts. So it is not what is external, it is what is internal. Okay. So that is what we need to realize, that it's not only about skincare. मतलब हम सोचते हैं creams लगाओ and procedures karo. It is more deep. So that is why my book is also called as More Than Skin Deep, because it is more than skin deep.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing those tips that were really helpful. And was there any time in your life that you felt कि oh God, ये ऐसा मेरे साथ क्यों हो गया?
No, I actually feel like I've been blessed with a very good life. Somehow I probably am a very, I think my normal mode is only optimistic. Like try to find good in everything. So as such, I feel I have not had much challenges. Yes, my time during pregnancy was challenging.
Was it like from childhood you are saying आप ऐसे ही थे, या फिर आपने जो भी सीखा उसकी वजह से आप ऐसे बने?
No, I think it was my default mode.
Wow.
By default, I was like that as a child, because my mom also tells me that I've never given her any trouble, or like she has never had any complaints from me, or I have also not complained, because I eternally saw people as good. I saw people are good, but if they're doing something, it's for some from their view. So I now realize that I had that insight even then. So life was very easy for me, because मैं जो दिखता था उसको मान लेती थी. I never used to think इसका कुछ तो पीछे कुछ होगा. ऐसा नहीं था. So whenever people say something, I believe them, because I believe that people are good. Okay, and luckily I feel what we appreciate appreciates, and that is what I have been surrounded by the best people. And my mother-in-law, like I get so much inspired from her. She is so inspiring. She is the founder of Narayan Reiki Satsang Parivar, and every single day I see her helping thousands and lakhs of people with her motivational speeches and her Reiki. And every day, single day, she wakes up at 2:30, 4 o'clock. She gives her satsang online every single day.
That's the reason you also wake so early.
I feel like, oh God, she's doing so much. I can do at least this much, yeah. And so I have had a lot of inspirational people. Yes, my pregnancy was challenging. I was on bed, and I was not allowed to move. So I was lying like this with my head end down. There was a hospital bed that we had to take, and at 18 weeks, I was told that I was only had 1% chance of carrying the pregnancy through. It was like that stage. But I think because of my mother-in-law's blessings, her Reiki, my positive attitude towards things. I have a beautiful daughter. I gave birth to her at full term, which they thought was impossible, not possible, because at 18 weeks, it was almost like I'd delivered her. So, yes, I think positive attitude does help. Yes, it is also sometimes destiny, good luck, everything. So I cannot say for what reason life has been really good to me. And even if there have been challenges, like I've had probably a lot of challenges. I've had an ectopic pregnancy where it had ruptured and I had 1 liter blood in my stomach. मतलब lot of things, but I feel like ठीक है ये तो मैं handle कर सकती हूँ, उसमें क्या है? A lot of people go through so many other things. I was diagnosed as having tuberculosis of the uterus. I took those medicines for 9 months. मतलब बहुत सारी चीजें करी है. I've gone through a lot, but I never feel like that was something very hard for me. It's okay. I think people have worse. I am blessed with a good family. I'm blessed with everything. So I feel just अगर वो भी हम माइंड में रखे ना कि ग्रैटिट्यूड फीलिंग ऑफ एटीट्यूड ऑफ ग्रैटिट्यूड हो ना तो लाइफ इजी हो जाती है ऐसे लगता है.
या एंड योर फीलिंग्स तो मिक्स, जैसे हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि आप जैसा फील करोगे वैसा ही अट्रैक्ट करोगे, तो आपने वैसे ही लोग भी अट्रैक्ट किए हैं, आपने मदर इन लॉ वैसे अट्रैक्ट की है, हस्बैंड वैसे अट्रैक्ट किए हैं, सराउंडिंग्स वैसे हैं, एंड इवन we are in some awesome community that helps.
Yes, surrounded by such awesome people, positive people. Yeah, because I'm from a Maharashtrian family, got married into a Marwadi family, and वो कहाँ से कहाँ connection हो गया, and I got married in the best family possible. Like there has to be something that I attracted. And पहले तो मुझे लगता था ये लक है, सब लक है. Okay, but I believe there is something that we also probably do, which is why we attract these things. So
एंड लाइक आपने बोला कि पूरे इतने 18 मंथ्स आप बेड पे थे, वो भी ऐसे ऐसे पोजीशन में थे, तब नहीं लगा कभी कि लाइक यार ये मेरे साथ क्यों हो रहा है, मैं तो इतनी अच्छी हूँ, मैं तो सब कुछ अच्छे से करती हूँ सबके लिए, मेरे साथ क्यों हो रहा है, कभी ऐसा लगा?
actually the whole pregnancy I was on bed rest. मेरा last 4 to 5 months I was on complete bed rest, but never did this thought actually came to me that why me.
Oh wow.
Because I don't know, I've never had this thought. When you're asking me, I'm thinking, did I ever get this thought? But no, like I never asked when I get the best parents. I never said complain when I had the best of everything. Then how can I complain when this small things come, right?
Small thing.
Yeah, so सब अच्छा होता है तो हम कंप्लेन नहीं करते, अरे मुझे क्यों, ये तो नहीं बोलते ना, अरे उसको क्यों नहीं अच्छा मिला, मुझे कैसे अच्छा मिल गया, वो नहीं तो मुझे उसको अच्छा हो रहा है और मेरे प्रेगनेंसी में ऐसा क्यों, वो भी नहीं बोल सकते. सो आई थिंक इट इज फॉर बोथ, राइट, गुड एंड बैड, एक्सेप्ट एंड फील ग्रेटफुल दैट ठीक है जो भी है.
लवली लवली, आई जस्ट मतलब इट्स सो अमेजिंग टू नो कि यहाँ पे कोई वाई मी नहीं बोल रहा है, ट्राई मी बोल रहा है. सो फॉर दोस उतने टाइम के लिए आप करते क्या थे, लाइक व्हाट डिड यू डू?
So I was actually at my mom's place because my mother-in-law was on tour. So she had given a lot of her assignments, so she couldn't say cancel that, and she wanted me to be at my home here. But then we realized that because she was touring, then I went to my mom's place. Like from the hospital, when we did that sonography, I was lying there. They actually वैसे उठाया मुझे, हॉस्पिटल बेड पे रखा, हॉस्पिटल बेड से एडमिट किया, ऑपरेशन किया, इमरजेंसी सर्जरी करके 7 days I was in the hospital, and वैसे ही स्ट्रेचर पे ही लेटा के घर पे लेकर गए. And because I knew if I just sat also, it would not go further. So तो लेटे रहते थे तो
And
पानी
I
भी
thought,
बहुत
I
से
guess ये आपको like correct time पे पता चल गया, that was also important, and you had that doctor वाला knowledge, so that was also that help you, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because I knew if I was sat also, this would end. Okay, I had that much knowledge that I had to just lie down. मतलब एक ही काम करना था मुझे, बस लेटे रहना था, कुछ नहीं करना था. So, and which was difficult for me, yes, challenging, because I was a person जो संडे को भी कुछ तो चाहिए, मतलब मैं संडे में भी घर पे नहीं बैठ सकती हूँ, ऐसा था. तो मैं सोची ठीक है. And what I took positively as कि maybe God wanted me, the universe wanted me to know that I can also stay at home. It's not like I always thought that I cannot stay at home, I cannot stay at one place. मैं हमेशा बोलती थी मेरे से ना बैठा नहीं जाता किधर एक जगह, मैं ऐसे नहीं बैठ सकती. And God wanted me to know that you can do it. And this is why the universe gave me that challenge, and I accepted it, and I matlab, very well did it without ever complaining. And my mom really helped. Matlab, she used to feed me because मैं लेटे लेटे खा रही हूँ और पानी भी स्टॉ से पी रही हूँ, वॉशरूम अलाउड नहीं है, तो और वो तो मुझे बेड पे नहला देती थी. लाइक वो बोलती कि मैं कितना दिन ऐसे रखूंगी. एंड देन शी यूज्ड टू रिमूव द वाटर bathroom mein. She used to put the water and what all she did, and they actually placed the TV on near the roof so that I could see it, because क्या करूंगी ना पूरा दिन, तो I couldn't even read, couldn't even see the mobile like this. So
अच्छा, वो भी नहीं देख पाते थे?
मुश्किल रहता था because ऐसा it becomes little tiring for the eyes also.
हाँ.
And then I had to take injections which were painful. Daily डॉक्टर आके इंजेक्शन देके जाते थे. एक साइड में इंजेक्शन, फिर दूसरे साइड में, ऐसा कर करके. बट ठीक है, इट वाज ऑल गुड. आई एंड एट द एंड आई एक्चुअली गॉट सच अ ह्यूज ब्लेसिंग, एंड इट्स नथिंग फॉर हर. लाइक आई, मतलब वो जो ब्लेसिंग मिली है मुझे इन द फॉर्म ऑफ माय डॉटर सिया, ये तो उसके सामने कुछ नहीं.
Awesome. I just love the way you were narrating. मतलब that only shows कि वो आप कितने स्ट्रॉन्ग थे कि इतना पॉजिटिवली आपने इतना चैलेंजिंग सिचुएशन लिया. एंड आई थिंक कि योर माइंडसेट प्लेड अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल देयर. क्योंकि अगर उसी जगह पे अगर मैं अपने आप को रख के देखूं या मैं किसी और को भी रख के देखूं ना, मुझे लगता है कि आई डोंट नो व्हाट वुड आई हैव डन.
आई थिंक स्ट्रेंथ कम्स एट दोस टाइम्स. आई थिंक सब कर लेते हैं, हो जाता
हाँ,
है. इट इज
वो
नॉट
भी
ओनली
है
मी
कि
पर सी.
हमें हमें हमारी स्ट्रेंथ्स, हमारे पोटेंशियल
अभी
कभी भी
पता
पता नहीं होते
एग्जैक्टली
हैं.
एग्जैक्टली. एंड दीज challenges actually come in our life to actually show us how strong we are.
हाँ, एंड गॉड ना वो बहुत चुन के लोगों को ना प्रॉब्लम्स
Yes,
देते हैं, बिकॉज
yes,
उनको पता होता है कि भैया ये हैंडल कर सकते हैं, इसको दे दो.
exactly.
डॉक्टर अश्विनी, इतनी सारी चीजें आप कैसे बैलेंस करते हो, बीइंग अ मॉम ऑफ अ 5 year old डॉटर, अपनी डर्मेटोलॉजी जो आप जाते हो क्लिनिक, प्लस इतने सारे लर्निंग जो हम लोग करते हैं, इतने सारे सेशंस अटेंड करते हैं, एंड यू हैव आपके जो प्रेजेंटेशन, आपकी भी चीजें चलती रहती है, लाइक डॉक्टर्स आपके जो रहते हैं कॉन्फ्रेंसेस और वो सब, तो मैनेज कैसे करते हो सब कुछ?
तो पहले तो मैं क्या सोचती थी कि मुझे वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस चाहिए, मुझे वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस चाहिए. ओके. फिर मुझे थोड़ा सा गिल्टी लगता था कि मैं डॉटर को टाइम नहीं दे रही हूँ, मेरे हस्बैंड को टाइम नहीं दे रही हूँ, या किसी को तो कोई तो छूट जाता था दिन में. ओके. But then from my mentors, I realized that it is never a balance. Okay. It is always harmony. It is like an orchestra. Okay. जैसे ऑर्केस्ट्रा में क्या होता है, देर इज एक एक म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट ज्यादा बजेगा, दूसरा साइड में थोड़े कम हो जाएंगे. ओके. एंड देन उसका टाइम आएगा तो वो ऊपर आएगा, दूसरे कम हो जाएंगे. दैट इज हाउ अ हार्मनी इज क्रिएटेड. So which is what I realized, that there are few days wherein my daughter is my priority, like she has her competition, she has her something there, then baki chhod ke I'll go to her. Okay. Some days it is my priority, I have some sessions, I have मतलब मेरे patients जो भी है, तो वो मेरा प्रायोरिटी है, उस दिन मैं वहां पे ज्यादा ध्यान दूंगी. किसी दिन मेरे हस्बैंड को जरूरत है तो वहां पे. सो हम डेली बेसिस पे अगर सोचे कि वर्क लाइफ आज मैंने ये कर लिया, बेटी को ध्यान नहीं दिया, वो कर रहे हैं, तो इट विल ऑलवेज बी अ गिल्ट. लाइक मॉम्स गिल्ट इज देयर फॉर एवर. Okay. And my daughter is such that she'll make sure to take advantage of that. Like, mama, you don't look at me, mama, you don't give me time. So they also know that mommy to will always be in guilt. So let's not look for balance, let's look for harmony. कि एक हार्मोनियस कैसे चल रहा है, एक पूरे मंथ में हमने सबको थोड़ा थोड़ा अटेंशन दे दिया है. ओके. एंड देन प्रायोरिटाइज. आई रियली, पहले मैं इसमें अटक जाती थी, फिर अभी मैं प्रायोरिटाइज करती हूँ. रात को मैं लिख के सोती हूँ कि दीज आर द 5 things that I have to get done tomorrow. Okay. And these 5 things I'll try to do it in the first half only. Like जैसे टाइम मिले कर लो, बिकॉज उसके बाद फिर मैं काम में चली जाती हूँ, क्लिनिक चालू हो जाता है, देन आई डोंट गेट टाइम. ओके, मतलब मैं उसमें बिजी हो जाती हूँ. सो प्लानिंग, आई वॉज नेवर अ प्लानर. ओके, लाइक लाइफ ऐसी होती है, जैसे होती है वैसे होती है. आई कांट प्लान, एंड माई हस्बैंड वॉज इज अ फुल प्लानर. ओके, ही हैव 10 प्लान्स, ही मार्क, एंड आई नो व्हाट इज ही डूइंग. मतलब मैं चिढ़ जाती थी, क्या ये प्लानिंग करते रहते हैं पूरा टाइम. मतलब, और अभी मैं खुद प्लानर बन गई हूँ, और मैं खुद प्लान करके लिखती हूँ. एंड आई फील इट्स अ वेरी इफेक्टिव वे, बिकॉज एटलीस्ट what happens, the immediate work हो करता है ना, जो अर्जेंट वर्क है ना, वो हमेशा अपना जो इम्पोर्टेंट वर्क है उसके आगे हम वो दे देते हैं उसको, मतलब प्रेसिडेंस, लाइक प्रायोरिटी दे देते हैं. तो पहले इम्पोर्टेंट वर्क अगर लिख के रखे कि ये इम्पोर्टेंट वर्क है, तो वो अपने पहले ही कर दो. जो इमरजेंसी वर्क आना है वो तो आना है. ओके, किसी को मेरे भाई ने बेटे की मेड नहीं आई या कुछ नहीं हुआ, तो वो तो आना है कुछ ना कुछ. तो पहले अपना इंपॉर्टेंट वर्क कर लो, बाकी जो है वो हैंडल हो जाता है. सो दिस इज व्हाई हाउ आई ट्राई टू फाइंड बैलेंस, एंड इट हैज रियली हेल्प मी. लाइक राइट डाउन एटलीस्ट 5 थिंग्स दैट यू वांट टू डू अ डे प्रायर, एंड देन वो वैसा मैं भी ट्राई कर रही हूँ. बैलेंस, इट इज ऑब्वियसली अ हार्मनी, नेवर अ बैलेंस, because I think balance is something that probably I don't know who achieves. So hats off to them.
थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग दिस हैक कि भाई पहले से प्रायोरिटाइज के हिसाब से अपनी लिस्ट बना लो, एंड उसको फर्स्ट हाफ में करने का पूरा कोशिश करो, ताकि जो भी चीजें आ रही है बाद में उसको हैंडल कर सके.
Yes, absolutely. And as I told you, I've been blessed with a beautiful family, very supportive family, supportive in-laws, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law. We stay in a joint family. That also helps because we have a lot of people. So बच्चे को सबको handle हो जाते हैं, and we have a lot of help also. So that way also I'm very lucky, and I prioritize. So
Thank you for sharing that. What final piece of advice would you like to give to all the people out there जो भी like stuck feel कर रहे हैं, they want to pursue their dreams, they want to do what they are aspiring, पर कहीं ना वो regular like routine life में busy हो गए. जैसे आपने बोला कि आपको कुछ अलग करना था, लेकिन आप अपने routine में इतना busy हो गए थे कि आपको time नहीं मिल रहा था सीखने के लिए. तो ऐसे लोगों को लाइक आप क्या एडवाइस देना चाहिए? क्योंकि कहीं ना भले ही हम जो भी कुछ कर रहे हैं, देयर इज डीप इनसाइड तो कुछ डिजायर्स होते हैं जो हमको करने ही होते हैं, तो वो हम कर नहीं पाते ना, तो कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग एक सैडनेस फील करते रहते हैं, यार करना है करना है करना है. सो ऐसे लोग जो स्टक हैं, उन लोगों के लिए क्या एडवाइस देना चाहोगे?
yes, and I've been in that situation many times. Okay, so can very well relate. But believe me that if you have a desire, if God or the universe has given you a desire, it is only because it knows that you have all it takes to actually fulfill it. Okay, इसलिए हम सबको डिफरेंट डिजायर्स आती है. मुझे लग रहा है मुझे आरटीटी करना है, आपको लग रहा है आपको एक जो चीज करनी है, किसी को लग रहा है वो सिंगर बने, किसी को लग रहा है वो आर्टिस्ट. बिकॉज सबको अलग अलग चीज डिजायर क्यों हो रही है? बिकॉज उनमें वो है. Okay, so if you have a desire, then believe that you only have it because God knows that you can do it. Okay, so that is your mindset. That is how our mindset should be. नहीं, मुझे ये desire है तो I am sure कि God ने या universe ने सोच के ही मुझे दिया होगा. Okay, and what happens, why we feel unstuck sometimes is because of the overwhelm. हमको लगता है मुझे ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है, मैं कैसे करूँ? एंड मुझे भी ये कई बार लगता है कि मैं ये भी कर रही हूँ, वो भी कर रही हूँ, करूँ क्या? सो दैट इज वेर वी फील स्टक. हमको लगता है अभी कुछ करूँ ही नहीं. मतलब ऐसे हो जाता है ना, इतना सारा है कि मैं कुछ नहीं करूँ, ऐसा हो जाता है. सो आई फील व्हाट वी कैन डू इज, फर्स्ट आई गिव यू 3 steps. ओके, फॉर द ऑडियंस, लाइक क्या कर सकते हैं. फर्स्ट, write down whatever you want to do. Okay, whatever your desires are in health, wealth, your career, your children, your relationships, spiritual, anything. Okay, write down at least 50 of those desires that you have always had. Because है वो desire इतना time से, मतलब there is something that is there in you that you can do them. Okay, तो उसको पहले लिख दो. Okay, उसके बाद उनको divide कर दो. ओके, ये डिजायर्स है, उसके आगे लिखो ये डिजायर मुझे लगता है 5 साल के बाद होगी, ये डिजायर है मुझे लगता है 3 से 5 साल में होगी. ओके, सो डिवाइड देम एज मोर देन 5 years, 3 to 5 years. ओके, ऐसा, एंड देन 1 to 3 एंड 1 year. ओके, लेस देन 1 year में आपके जो डिजायर्स आपने मार्क किए हैं, व्हाट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू फ्रॉम दोज डिजायर्स. So if you have written 10 desires that you think you can have, it can happen in that year. अगर आप 10 के साथ एकदम से काम करना चालू करोगे तो अगेन स्टक हो जाओगे. ओके, तो उसमें से यू फील कि कौन सा सबसे मेन है, मुझे इतना वेट लूज करना है, वो सबसे मेन है. इफ दैट इज योर मेन डिजायर, इफ यू वांट टू start something new, if that is your main desire, or if you just want to do something for your own, like कुछ अच्छा अपना मेडिटेशन चालू करना है, कुछ भी, टेक दैट वन डिजायर, देन उस डिजायर को भी छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स में डालो. ओके, सो बिकॉज आई बिलीव व्हेन अ ड्रीम is written down, it actually becomes a goal. When a goal is broken down into steps, it becomes a plan. And when this plan is backed by action, it actually becomes your reality. So yeah, I feel just make a goal. गोल तो पता होना चाहिए अपने को, नहीं तो अगर हम कहीं निकले हैं, जीपीएस में डाला ही नहीं कहाँ जाना है, तो भटक ही जाएंगे. ओके, so the GPS has to know. So to feel unstuck, just have some clarity. I think clarity is very important, otherwise we get muddled. तो क्लैरिटी लिखने से आएगी. लिखने के बाद उसको देखो, उसको ब्रेक डाउन करो स्मॉलर स्टेप्स में, बिकॉज ज्यादा वो देख के भी मुझे 10 किलो वेट लूज करना है, 10 किलो देख के उधर ही उधर हो जाता है. But then it could be 1 kilo in 10 days. Okay. So what is the first step? Join a gym. So that is the smaller step. Okay. And then when you constantly work on it, that is when the reality will happen. Okay. And subconsciously that thought has to be there, that it is there for, in my mind, I am good enough. So one sentence I feel everybody should know is, I am good enough as I am. Because सबको एक वही रहता है कि I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. Okay. All of us are good enough as we are. We are beautiful enough, we are everything enough. Okay. So that one subconscious thought should be there, that I'm good enough. The universe has me here for a reason. I'm unique because there is nobody else like me in this universe, and the universe will always back me because it has me here for a reason. Okay. So वो thoughts रहने चाहिए, and then उस पे काम करना चाहिए. Inspired action is very important. नहीं तो हम सोचेंगे सिर्फ अच्छे से सोच के होने वाला है, वो भी नहीं होगा. So you only attract when you act. Okay, well, the word attraction itself has action in it. So action लेना है, it is a difficult part. Yes, taking action is difficult because उसमें actually काम करना पड़ता है, सोचने में ज्यादा काम नहीं करना पड़ता है. But then that is what helps.
Yeah, you are so like rightly saying कि अगर आपने गोल्स भी लिख भी लिए ना, पर आपने एक्शन नहीं लिया, तो वो ही पेन रहेगा आपको. सी, वी कैन हैव बोथ द पेन्स, वो काम करने का पेन या तो फिर वो स्टक रहने का पेन. वी हैव टू चूज विच वन वी वांट.
Absolutely, I agree. You have
मुझे
to
लगता है काम करने वाला बेटर है, क्योंकि एट द एंड तो कुछ अच्छा मिलने
कुछ
वाला है.
मिलेगा. नहीं तो वो काम भी नहीं करो और फिर वो पेन में भी रहो कि अरे नहीं किया नहीं किया. So you have to decide which pain you want, the pain of discipline or the pain of actually regret. So
right. So thank you so much, Dr. Ashwini, for your valuable time and such a deep insights on the power of subconscious mind, how it is related with our skin. I hope, guys, you got a lot of value. And आपको अगर उनकी book पढ़नी है, तो I'll be taking the link from her, posting it in the description box below. और उनसे connect करना हो तो even I'll post her social media handles so you can connect with her. If you are facing any of the challenges related to skin, please connect her. She is the best person. I would recommend her.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashwini, for being there on my channel and sharing your valuable knowledge with us.
My pleasure, Anita. And you have been such a great, you have been so great at this. And I love your style of interviewing, and keep it up. And I'm sure you will like do so many more interviews with so many more inspirational people, and all the best. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Coming from you, it means a lot to me.
You deserve it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for staying till the end. See you with some other guest at some other time. And don't forget to subscribe my channel, guys. वो कर लेना, please. And also, guys, one more thing. I have launched my podcast, so I'll be putting the link in the description box. Do check it out. उसमें मैंने बताया है कि मैंने what is the reason behind starting these interviews. मुझे वो inspired action कहाँ से मिला. So you can check it out. Bye, guys.
Bye.